Hey friends, it's Steve with Hudson Advantage Realty, where we guarantee to sell your home or we'll buy it. If you joined us previously, we kicked off this latest series talking about how home ownership can be a great hedge against inflation. Let's dive a little deeper on that. Let's take a look at a visual that really shows how home ownership outperforms inflation over time. This is home appreciation versus the consumer price increases over several decades. It goes all the way back to the 1970s. And I'm old enough to remember what the market was like back then. The blue bars are the average inflation rate over the decades, and the green bars are the average home price appreciation. So let's start with the 1970s, shall we? Inflation increased at 7.1%. That's significant. It was quite a ride. And home values appreciated at 9.9% in the same time period. So home ownership outperformed inflation. And where do you want to be in inflationary times? Exactly, with tangible assets that grow in value faster than inflation. Now in the 1980s, it was a little bit more balanced. 5.6% inflation, 5.5% home price appreciation. So it kept pace. But then look at the 90s. We start to see home values tick up again a little bit more, outperforming inflation throughout that decade. The 2000s now, very different than any other decade in my lifetime. Up and then down at a very different rate than we've seen historically. We also had a fundamentally different housing market for a couple of reasons. One, an oversupply of homes. And what happens when there's more supply than demand? Exactly right. And lending standards were vastly different than they are today. People were buying homes with little or no money down, homeowners didn't have any equity, and that led to problems. But neither of these factors are true in the current market. That's important to recognize. Because of this, home prices did not outperform inflation in the 2000s. But this is a fundamentally different market now. Look at the past decade, the 2010s. This is where home values really started to kick in. Homes started appreciating much faster than inflation. There was more demand than supply. 4.9% versus 1.8%. Wow. And then, you know what happened next? The pandemic hit, 2020, 2021, and unprecedented growth. It outperformed inflation significantly. So home ownership is a definite hedge against inflation. Join us for our next market update, and we'll show you how mortgage rates impact all of this. And if you're ready to take advantage of the current market, give us a call, 704-659-5056. Or go ahead and get pre-qualified. We can help you get started for free. Visit Get Pre-Approval at the Buyers tab at Hudson Advantage Realty. It's free and there's no obligation. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, and we'll see you around the neighborhood.